about mid-June, puts us about 4 months or so away from taking off. And we're back on the boat trying to get some of our projects done so we can take off out of here sometime in October. Took a little bit of time off from the boat. It's been about a month since we've had it back here, and had some family things, some great things to take care of and focus on. But now it's kind of the heat of summer, and we are down on the boat. We've got to finish our windshield, do some things in the engine room, and we are working on our house battery system plan and install still. So today we're going to try and finish up the front window install, get some brackets cut and made, and put that to bed so we can wire in the switch and the regulator and the pump, and just want that all functioning here. Cross it off the list. Andromeda came with these great Velcro white window covers. I'm not exactly sure what the fabric is. It kind of feels like Mylar, but they Velcro on and they do a great job of keeping the flybridge cool, and also keeps the sun from beating up on all the equipment and the upholstery. So kind of a hot day out today. I'm going to try and get the brackets on this window. There's going to be a support bracket coming down on this side. There's another one that will come down on this side, and there's a small one that holds the center. It's sort of a custom fit, so we're going to try and dry fit it and get it all cut in and looking good, and make sure that window is supported so that as we hit rough water, the isinglass that's holding the window isn't flexing and pushing in and out on it. I got some scrap stainless steel rods and some connectors that I'm going to try and cut to length and mount them to the ceiling, and then mount them to the window to help push the window out, give it some pre-tension so it's not pulling in and falling on the isinglass. And then there's a smaller intermediate one to go from the bottom here and secure here. Again, all of this is to kind of hold the weight of the glass outside so that as we bounce, it's not pulling on the isinglass or pulling the isinglass out of the track. We've got these connectors. We'll mount in like this, and then the rod will slide into the end. So hopefully we can get the right angle on the ceiling. Again, it's going to be a lot of measuring twice and cutting once, hopefully, or maybe several cuts. But I did get a few extra pieces of stainless just in case the first time around doesn't work out. We also have a washer kit. There's the reservoir for some fresh water or window cleaner, some hose. Again, the wiring is already through the ceiling, and the actuator pump and the switch for the motor will be back at the helm, and we have to figure out a good spot to mount the reservoir and find a good spot to get all that mounted so it's not in the way and not unsightly, but it's easy to fill. Okay, after some struggles, we have this end of the supports mounted to the front windshield. The plan is now to take one of these mounts in a sleeve and mount it to the ceiling. So we're gonna take some measurements, get one of these mounted up on the ceiling, cut the pipe to fit, tighten everything together, and again hope it holds some pressure off of this window. So 2 more of these to mount on either side of the window. we got the one side on, the one support. It turned out pretty good. It fit in there good, and we got the right fasteners and got it tightened down. You can see I wanted to get more tension on the window. I feel like it still can push out too much, but this is definitely going to stop it from wave action pulling the window down and trying to pull it out of the track up here, which was one of our main concerns. So we're going to go ahead and do this on the other side, and I think that'll be enough support. Again, main concern was for this piece, the weight of this glass, to pull the isinglass out of the top track in rough water. So I think that will accomplish that. Again, with the bottom support in there nice and tight, the bottom of the window is tensioned really solid. So I'm going to get started cutting the other side. Well, here we are. It's getting to be later in the evening, and down to the very last piece over here on the very last side, very last connector, and the screw stripped out. So I can't finish tonight, and I'll head over to George's canvas shop in the morning and grab a new fitting and a new screw, and I'll be able to finish it up tomorrow. That's the way it goes. Well, here we are back the next day to get this front window finished up, all because of this little part here and that little set screw. So I ran and picked one of these up today, and gonna tackle the front window right now, try and wrap that up. Well, here we have it. I have the mounts completed. It's definitely sturdier than it was, and the bottom mount is in place. That is nice and sturdy. It's kind of hard to see, but this one has really got this tensioned so the bottom can't collapse in, and these two on either side are keeping the tension from the window slipping down and out of the track up above. So turned out pretty good. It's looking pretty good. I like the way it turned out. I like that the two side supports coming down from the ceiling are not in the way of the visibility from the helm. They follow the frame of the window. So I'm pretty happy with the support, and I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. So now I'm going to clean up this area here, kind of got blown out a little bit, and get to work on the washer pump.
The window is fully installed. They were able to get all the hoses and the connectors to get to the mechanisms all the way down and through here. They drilled a hole. This used to be our fridge that always froze up, so now we're going to make some storage out of it. But here's the reservoir, and he's got the wires all running through. So there's where we fill it for the washer fluid. A completely professional job. They did such, it's like seamless. And then on the helm itself, he's got wiper washer knob, so if you turn it, push it, and you get water. I'll let that go out. And it goes off by itself, but I hit it twice, so. And then, there it is. Twist it, and it just wipes for fog and stuff, so. It's pretty legit. people over here hollered to us off, and they're in the...
We were just awakened in the middle of the night by a loud explosion. It felt like someone had jumped on our boat or another boat had hit our boat. It turns out a couple docks over, it appears that one of the boats has exploded or has had an explosion on board. Seems like at this point nobody really knows what's going on. Everybody's in a little bit of a scramble. Not sure exactly what happened, but there was definitely an explosion, and I saw smoke coming from C dock, which is 2 docks over from us, and there's no real answer right now. We are loaded with first responders and policemen and firemen, and everybody is trying to get a solution right now, so we're trying to figure it out. Well, it sounds like a little bit of every boater's worst nightmare. They had just come down to the boat for the evening and had smelled gas fumes, and were trying to investigate and see, you know, what the problem was, and started going through the checklists and disconnected the batteries, and with the gas fumes and disconnecting a battery, and the wire sparked, and there was an explosion, and there's some minor burns. Sounds like they're going to be okay. We won't know for sure, but the owners or whoever was on the boat is on their way to get treated, and that's good news. But you can see here that there is still a huge presence. No one knows exactly what is going on. It sounds like it blew the flybridge or the cover of the flybridge right off the top of the boat, and it's laying on the dock. So I'm going to let the pros do their job and check in on this in a little while, because it's a scary situation, and I think it's everyone's worst nightmare. It could happen to anyone. Morning. It's about 6:30 or 7 the next morning. We haven't really heard any updates on the boat explosion last night, but sun is coming up, and we're going to go investigate myself, and I do have Sergeant Ollie is on the case also, so we're going to go check it out and see what happened. I believe it was slip 12 is where I saw the commotion. It appears that part of the boat that blew up is now sticking in the neighbor's boat. Not sure what that is. Looks like a side window. The boat has been towed out of here, and no real official report of what's happened. Scary, very, very scary. I was able to just talk to a couple of the dock hands here at the marina, and it sounds like it was a woman and a man, presuming husband and wife, and the husband is here at our local hospital with some burns, and the wife was aerometed down to Grand Rapids last night, and we think it's burns. We don't really have an official word, but sounds like everybody's at least stable. Very unsettling and very scary. Wishing them the best. What a terrible thing. Well, it was quite an exciting night last night. It was about 11:30, and it felt like 10 people jumped off the dock and jumped onto our boat, like something hit us or some kind of pressure just pushed us down. It was a loud bang, and ran out of the boat to see just a poof of smoke a couple docks over, and everyone running for fire extinguishers, and it was just chaotic. It was quite a night last night. This morning, went on a little walk. Some of the reports are coming in, but it sounds like it was a 1996 38-foot carver, and the owners came to the boat and had smelled fumes and was trying to disconnect the electrical system, probably rightly so, to eliminate any possible electrical current, and in disconnecting the battery created a spark, and there was enough fumes that the boat exploded. And it sounds like they are in stable condition. This is the next morning. They were aerometed to a bigger hospital south of us, and put a little damper on our Saturday morning down here at the dock. As you can imagine, today in Ludington is the annual blessing of the boats. So there would be a little bit of a cloud hanging over that, but may be good for everybody to kind of come together and realize just how quickly things can change, and just some of the dangers of life on the water. So a scary night, restless night, still a little bit of a scary morning. You can kind of feel it on the dock. Everybody is a little bit wide-eyed and worried or nervous about how quickly it can happen to any of us. So it's always good to remember things can change in an instant, and just appreciate what you have in the moment. But we hope they're going to be okay, and we're going to certainly do some extra safety checks on our boat today, as I imagine just about everybody here in the marina is doing also.